Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to my channel, and this is Shelby's channel. This is what we will call the continuation of the Bad and Bougie Hour. I have to do part two or round two of my Pat McGrath review because that system, that system that came in the mail, that expensive system, that super expensive system, that did not work for me. And I don't know who put them together, but you could go watch my review, but we had some struggles. So I went to Sephora. I got myself a sample of the color that I should be, and I have a powder that will go well with this. And we're just gonna redo. We're just gonna do a rewear test, reapply, recolor match, the whole shebang, okay? But without the fancy boxes, because the boxes are fancy. But if what is inside don't work, then it kind of doesn't matter. It's what inside that counts. But she be slamming the outside. I give her that. And please understand, I have all of the love in the world for Auntie Pat. But that wasn't the best experience, folks. So we're just gonna go in and we're gonna, round two, Ficky round two. Okay, if you'd like to see my attempt again at the Bad and Bougie application, stay tuned. And if you are a new subscriber or a returning viewer, one, thank you so much for coming, regardless of which one you are. And two, if you are having fun, if you like my necklace, if you like my random, edge protection with my pink hat, then you should definitely join the family. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. All right. Okay, I don't know why I'm using my hands so much. I think because you can see my hands, because I'm using my camera, using my phone instead of my camera. I haven't done that in a while, but I thought I would try it out. You can see more of my background this way without seeing how messy my room is. But okay, so my face is fully moisturized. I'm gonna go in with the Coconut Skin Smoothie Moisturizing Primer from let's see, First Aid Beauty, because it reminds me a lot of the Pat McGrath primer, the Skin Sublime primer that comes in the system. It has the moisturizing aspect, and it also has the smoothing. Now, the other thing that I'm going to change up about this particular routine, although this is a water-based primer, which is what her primer is, so it shouldn't react badly with the foundation. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in actually with my sample, my little Sephora sample, die-hard Sephora people in the building. I'm going to use my brush. I'm going to put this on my face. And this is in the shade 24. Previously, I tried 23. And I had the suspicion that it wasn't going to be like my color when it was in the mail. Like after I ordered it and then I went into Sephora and, tried to do some shade matching because I was literally waiting at midnight on the Pat McGrath site when it launched to buy it. And so I didn't get a chance to go into the store and shade match myself. But when I realized that my shade wasn't right, going in with a flat kabuki brush, I tried to, see, oh, can I change this? And apparently the systems, the orders, if you get the entire system, you can't change anything once you've ordered it. So I understand why they would do that from a logistical perspective, but as a customer who couldn't swatch this in the store at the time of my ordering, and I was legit worried about them selling out because they do sell out of a lot of the stuff on the Pat McGrath site. And they did sell out the first round of this foundation. The whole thing sold out and they had to restock. I was worried that I was not going to be able to get it and review it in a reasonable amount of time. And then, despite my efforts, it still didn't arrive before, like, I think they restocked and then sent my order. And I think that frustrated me too. So I was being a little bit petty for sure. I think my standards were hella high when it came. I wanted it to be perfectly curated and I wanted it to be like on time in a perfect little box. Like I wanted my experience to match the expectation that was set up by, her branding, which is epic, but also by, the price point. Oh, okay. So this is a much better match for me. I do like my foundation a little bit darker, and I would say much better match. Like face to neck, that's legit. Also, this I would say this is about one pump, and the coverage is it's what's described. It's like it's sheer to medium for sure. So yeah, let's add a little bit more, okay, and we'll see what goes on. We'll call that a second pump. Yeah, that's definitely more coverage, but I'm still seeing a skin-like finish. You can still see the structure and the shape of my face, which is big for me because I have pretty good structure as far as like cheekbone structure. Like I can see it through most foundations unless they're super full coverage. And then my face just looks like a plank, and that's not sexy. Okay. So that's what she looks like with, I would say, maybe 2-3 pumps. So I can still see very light dark spots. My mole still shows through. There's still a little bit of darkness here on the inside of my face, but it is definitely blurred. It definitely looks like skin. I'll say it doesn't feel like it's super dried down, honestly. Let me just pat this all over. I know this is a little bit different than my normal foundation wear test, but I do want to give it the fair shot, do the whole face, or rather all of the layering that I normally do as far as like primer, and I'll do the powder on one side and not on the other just to see what happens, because I have heard people say that it's like sticky throughout the day, um, and that they get shine. So I'm going to use a translucent powder, which the Pat McGrath powder is not. It is not translucent. It's definitely for brightening, but not if you if you order your shade, and if you order shade 23, you're going to get medium powder. I want to say like 4, I wanted to say. That color is deep enough for you to bronze with. Like I wear Fenty 385. The powder that comes with this is not for under eye. It's not even for your whole face setting. You can't, it's too pigmented. So just beware if that is your plan to make an order like that. I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs finishing line powder, and I'm just going to pat this under my eye on this side. Let me use the fluffy end of my hourglass brush, and I'm going to go into the Black Opal translucent invisible powder, but it's, brown tinted powder. I'm just going to add that around the perimeter of my face. So I'm leaned in a little bit, and you can see, so this is the side that's set with powder. This is the side that's not. And then look at my neck. Like this is a ridiculously good match, okay? And it doesn't look, it does look like my face, you know? I think that we'll have to see how it wears. Do I think that it is like incredibly better than other things that I've worn? No, not necessarily. I do think the color and the undertones are actually really, really impressive. Like what she put into formulating the color groups and the undertones is really, really incredible. Like you can tell that these are that is designed for every skin type and as many undertones as they could think of, just, color groups. And I feel like even though my previous attempt at this was like hard fail, like it was bad. I think that was user error and just not a small amount of pettiness. Okay. I mean, honestly, yeah, I admit I was a little bitter, about waiting and about, receiving my, order so late. That is not at all a lie. But it is 12:17. I'm going to fill in my brows, and I may do like a simple eye look, and then I'll come back I'll come back at the end of the day and tell you my thoughts on wearing it all day. I will come back and we will talk about, how this Pat McGrath Foundation turns out. Okay. Hey, what's up, good people? So it is, I think it's after 8:30. Again, I'm still on my phone camera instead of my camera, just to try something different. But yeah, checking back in on the foundation. I gotta say, she held up pretty good, honestly. I don't see any color change or oxidation. This is the side that doesn't have any powder, although it does have primer, and this side has both powder and primer. I don't think there's any more shine or any Lack of coverage, although I will say I lost all the coverage on my nose. I don't remember rubbing it. But yeah, it still looks like skin. It still looks good. I did lose some coverage down here around my jawline where the dark spots are on both sides. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty impressive. Let's get real. At least I think it's pretty impressive. Is it my favorite foundation at the end of the day? I don't know if I can say that. I think it's beautiful, but I don't know if I think it's more than the hype, or if it's just a good foundation. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wear it a few times. I will say that every time I caught my like reflection, I liked what I saw for sure, and like the fact that I don't actually have on any kind of like contour or highlight or anything to sculpt my face, but that I still feel like the structure looks good and like I don't look like a blank plank. Like I think I said that before, a blank plank. I don't look like a blank plank. I still have dimension to my face because my skin is still showing through. And that's a win for me, especially because I am pleased with the state of my skin. Not everybody has that state with their skin. Some people need color correction, some people have texture, so it just depends. But feel free to try this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Ciao for now. Oh, subscribe, comment. Okay, bye.